Hey guys, what is up? Lefty back here again, and thanks for checking out the video. So today we're going to be talking about magnifiers and red dots and all that fun stuff. So let's get right into it. Astigmatism, which is basically going to be the through point of this video. So what's up guys, welcome back. Right now it is July 3rd, right before Independence Day, and right after the shit show that was that debate. So that was very fun. So just to give you a little bit of context, because I know some of these videos that I upload don't really get uploaded right after, and it's, outdated and stuff like that. But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about red dot magnifiers and magnifier type systems, and kind of go through that for people that want to, like me, kind of improve their capabilities, because I know a lot of people, especially with the economy, they want to get stuff and all that, and accumulate things and amass wealth. For people who do not know, because I did make a video about this a long time ago with a video where I was pointing at my floor, I do have astigmatism, and that is basically the entire reason why I hate magnifiers. Not because they're bad, they work, they just don't work well for what most people, intend to use them for. So if I were to take a magnifier binocular and just use it kind of like a telescope, perfectly fine. I can see things once everything's kind of adjusted and kind of cleared up and all that. Yeah, it looks fine. I have no issues seeing and stuff like that, and it looks perfectly fine. And there's some a little bit of weird things that I want to get into that for me personally that I experienced that I kind of want to get into. But first and foremost, yeah, it works fine. The problem comes in with my eyes and astigmatism when you throw it in front of a red dot. Now, first and foremost, everybody is like, well, what red dot do you use? What magnifier? So the red dot that I use, I have a few of them. I've tried them on a Holosun T1 kind of clone. I have an Aimpoint H1, and then I also have a Trijicon MRO, my old trusty battery-eating girl here and stuff like that. And so that's kind of the red dots that I've thrown them on, and kind of got varying things with that. So we'll get into that a little bit later. But the first thing that we need to clear up is what the dot sort of looks like, or at least, supposed to look like. So that's basically, ignore this one. That's just kind of my template. I don't know what this app is. I just found it on my iPad. So basically that's what the red dot is supposed to be, right? When you look at an object, it's just supposed to be a nice little round circle. Excuse my penmanship and my lack of artist ability. So when I look through, one sec here. When I look through a red dot, granted, again, it does vary on the day and stuff like that, and I can get into that a little bit later, but it kind of looks like this to a degree. It's kind of X looking. It's actually more on the top today. I don't know why it kind of looks like that, but it's just kind of what it looks like. So circle dot for most people without astigmatism will look like a nice little circle. For me, that's kind of what mine looks like. I don't know if it's backwards or not, doesn't really matter. But anyway, so you can see from just looking through my glass and stuff, seeing that object, a little bit of an issue, right? Not much, but as you can see, it can cause an issue when you zoom in on that son of a bitch. But from what I can see, let's say if I had to take a shot at 200 yards, this is doable. I may have to crank down the brightness a little bit to kind of mitigate some of that flaring effect. But long distance, I can see what I'm aiming at with the red dot. Granted, if it's too big or it's flared out, I can again adjust it a little bit to get a little bit more precision out of it, but it is doable with a red dot. Now the big problem is when I stick a magnifier, which I was using a Vortex one, and real quick, I don't know if there really is a difference with different kind of magnifiers, because I believe they all are basically using the same sort of technology there. But I was using a Vortex magnifier, and honestly, when I opened the box, it was like, hey, welcome to the Vortex family, or some cringy shit like that. To be honest, once I seen that and I opened the box, I almost sold it back immediately, because that shit was just, I don't know, to me, a little cringe. I don't know why. But anyway, I stuck it on the back of a couple of the red dots and looked through them and had pretty much similar results. I noticed that the main issue was alleviated by the Aimpoint the most. The worst issue was they both had it, but the worst was the MRO. Now you're probably thinking, what's that issue? So basically the issue, as I said, fucked up dot, put a magnifier in, the dot disappears and becomes a line. And you're like, a line? A line. It doesn't even make any sense why that works. And it may have something to do with the actual LED system that's actually built into these optics. Maybe the aim point is a little bit less of a whatever the hell they're using, but basically when I look through a red dot magnifier, I see nothing but basically a line. And it's always a line at a 45. It's not a line straight up, it's just a line at a 45. Don't ask me why, but that's just what it is. So as you can see, a flare dot, you can kind of see where the middle is. If you have a fucking line, you have no idea if it's at the tip, is it at the middle, is it at the bottom, you have no idea. And you have no idea if it's even shifted or anything like that. So that is basically the main issue and why that combo is non-existent. Because personally, I would love to use a red dot magnifier. Granted, being left-handed and astigmatism basically kind of throws that system out of the window. But there is a lot of merits to it. If you do not have astigmatism and wrong-handedness like I do, they're perfectly fine for what they're kind of intended to do. Because one of the weird things, as I was kind of alluding to, I do have astigmatism, but obviously I do have contacts as well. If I took my glasses off, my contacts off, and I look through the magnifier, not only can I see farther, it actually corrects my vision. And most people are thinking like, well, yeah, of course it does. Incorrect. Actually, if you take an LPVO, like this Trigicon here, and I look through it with contacts in, I can see extremely clear. No issues there. If I were to take my contacts out or glasses off, basically just naked shit vision, I see further, but it's still blurry. So that was kind of a surprising thing there. And I don't know if it's because of the prism or whatever glass technology they have in those magnifiers, but whatever it does, it actually corrects my vision. It's kind of like, yeah, fuck it. Because at the end of the day, not a cheap option. A pretty interesting option for somebody that is running kind of a closer distance but wants like positive identification or just maybe just wants to see farther and what they're shooting. Not a bad system, but they're still spending quite a bit of money, especially if you're running something similar to an EOTech and an EOTech magnifier. The EOTechs are about $650. The magnifiers are about $400, I think, depending on which one you get, $300 or $400. Let's just say you get a cheap one, that's still over 900 bucks. Okay. Hey, you know, this, an LPVO of similar quality is about 800 bucks. Granted, you got to buy the mount, but I think, to be honest, especially for me, this is still sitting like a better option. Now there is, you know, the Prism ones that have the fixed power. Me personally, again, not a big fan of those, but the red dot magnifiers are pretty cool. It's just that I am cursed and I will never be able to really enjoy those. Again, unless I just use them kind of as monocular, which is fine, but you know, it's kind of an expensive monocular. But anyway, but that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. There's going to be links down below if you want to support the channel. I think I get like a 0.5% for every $1 spent or something like that. It's basically nothing, but it does give a little bit something back to me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day to everybody out there. Hopefully you guys have some sweet, fun times before shit gets crazy again. Probably pretty soon, especially with everything going on in the world and in the country. So, thank you guys for watching. Be good.